Hello, lovely people. I have been gone for so long, but I am back. So, welcome back to Speak Your Truth with NCV. I'm your host, Nia, aka NCV. And it has been long overdue. Let's just start there. It has been long overdue. As you can see, so much has changed. First of all, look at my damn hair. If you're watching the YouTube video, you see what's happening. My hair different, the setup is different. I've moved and it's been like a year. I don't even know where to start, honestly, but I want to jump back into this. I'm excited to do this again. I'm in my creative mode. I want to create content for y'all. I want to create content for me specifically because this is what makes me feel good. And I just want to share the joy. I'm really going to start trying to do these episodes more like candid, like we just go with no edits because honestly, I feel like that gives its authenticity and it honestly brings you like the truest form of me. But yeah, I do have some topics written down, so you might see me in the video glancing to my left because my computer is there. But yeah, I hope that we can get through this and it won't be awkward because I already feel really awkward. Like I feel like I don't know how to do this right now. But we're back, baby. We are back. We are back and ready. And you already know I got my tea. It's steamy right now. Taste test. Hold on, let me do a little ASMR. You know I love doing that. Oh yeah, that shit bussin'. Anyways, I just want to say, for anyone who is listening current day and coming back here and supporting me, thank you. I appreciate you. But this revamp episode that I'm coming back with is basically like me unloading and reloading. So I just want to come back here, basically give y'all some updates on life. Not do anything, get into any topics that are too crazy or anything like that. But yeah, I just want to give you some updates on life and where I'm at currently so that we can get acquainted again. So I first want to apologize because it has been so long and I only did my pilot episode and my first episode and I had ideas for my other episodes and then life was life and I was like not feeling creative, not feeling like I want to make content. And so now I always get to this point where I try to revamp my YouTube, revamp now my podcast and all these other things, and I'm just trying to get back into the flow of things and make myself feel good, basically find what makes me happy, search for that and hold on to that. I've honestly have been pretty content in life, but there has been like major changes in my life that if you continue viewing my content, you will see the changes. I mean, you can see that my hair is growing out, so she ain't got no short hair no more. But we gonna do that. We gonna do that chop again. I'm telling you, I get so sick of my hair so easily. But yeah, I'm just at the point of accepting the current version of myself, being more loving towards myself and working on me. I've been struggling so hard with socializing. And if you are any of my close friends or, I've been like saying yes to going out and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home, which I mean, I don't know why I've been like that. I think it's just simply because, like I said, I'm just trying to like accept the current version of myself and understand where I'm at in life and, dealing with more healing, because healing is never ending. Anyone who tells you that they're completely healed, it's a lie. And I think like in my first episode, like my pilot, I think I did say like, I've gotten through childhood trauma. No, she didn't. Because that shit always just comes out of nowhere and just pops up and you're like, oh, yeah, I thought I healed from that and I did, but now I have to heal from this. So I've just been like uncovering certain things within myself that I'm like, all right, we got some things to work on. And I think, like, it's so important to me that I take the actual time to sit here and really look deeper in myself, and then also not be afraid of the fact that, like, I created this podcast so that I can be open and vulnerable, and the level to which of how open I want to be and how vulnerable I want to be is always up to me, of course, but, like, I want to be able to show y'all, or like take y'all along the journey so you can see the growth, and it's not just like, oh, she's coming back and she's just said that she evolved. We didn't know how the hell she evolved or what, but I want it to be like that. I want it to be like, y'all hear me out when I need to vent, when I need to tell y'all about something that I'm like healing from, and I'm trying to do better with that. I'm trying to be more open with that. I'm trying to be more comfortable with that, because I feel like even like a year and a half ago, I was much more open and vulnerable about things. And I think now I've gone into like this protection mode. And I guess I can dive into that a little bit more, where it's like my life has changed a lot and where I'm at in life is really different. I feel like I feel as though as I have more responsibilities because I take on more. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just get stressed out and I have to learn how to alleviate it and cope with it. But where I've moved to, where I'm at in life is so different, where like when you see me on when I first was making this podcast, I was living in my family's house. I was rooming with my brother, and I was single as fuck, and I was living life to the fullest, and I was meditating, doing yoga. I was just going to work, feeling good about it, and truly like finding what peace really means and what love means, especially like self-love. And I fully felt those things. I fully felt what peace, love, and true freedom is. Like, I felt it in the purest forms. I've never felt it before. So like I was living in this, like, I don't know, to me it felt like I was living in like this dream state where like everything just felt so good. And I always told myself that things can feel good now, but there will come a point again in life where like things are just going to just smack you in the face, and you're gonna be reminded that life is not supposed to always just be an up and up. It's supposed to be an up and down. So it's a lot of like retraining my brain. I'm not really retraining it, because like I tend to be as optimistic as I can, and I'll push myself out of any type of depression because I refuse to go back. Because when I was depressed as a teenager, girl, let me tell you, that shit was horrible. I didn't know how to deal with it until I was an adult and I was able to go into therapy and really figure that out. So like now I've learned which ways I need to cope. So like dealing with things now where I start to feel like it's my downtime, I'm like, all right, pick yourself back up. And at the end of the day, all it's really brought to light is like I have to love myself fully and be able to hold myself accountable, but also hold myself up. Because honestly, that motivation, that determination comes from within. It doesn't come from anybody else. And at times when I've been having tough times, I've been looking for it in a more outward way instead of looking more inward. And that is not the wave. It is not the wave. It does not work. It is not helpful. If you're looking outward for those things, you're gonna learn that you're not gonna find them, and it's gonna force you to look inward. So now where I'm at in life, like I've moved out of my family's house. I live with my boyfriend, and I am a stepmommy. Awkward. Yeah, so I have like 2 stepsons, and honestly like my main focus has really been like a lot of family time and building with them and bonding with them. And now I'm like coming back to myself and being like, okay, but don't forget about you and your wants, your needs, your goals, your desires, your manifestations. Like, don't forget all of those things. So I feel like when I'm coming back to this podcast, it's giving me that reminder. It's also like allowing me to have that me time. So like I know I'm like chatting with y'all, but at the end of the day, I feel good when I get to sit here and share experiences that I'm going through, because I honestly feel like they're relatable, and I think like the listeners and the viewers, like y'all will appreciate the authenticity of the things I'm going to share. And I feel like it could be good advice. I feel like I can get advice from y'all, and it would just be a good, nurturing relationship, and that's all I strive for, honestly. But yeah, that's where I'm currently at. That's what I'm currently doing. I've just been busy working. I've been doing a lot of photographing at work here and there. Not a lot. I take that back. I've been doing photographing here and there at work for different events that we host. And what else? What else have I really been doing? I've been like, honestly, like trying to look for a more creative role at work, because what I currently do is more so under marketing operations. So I'm trying to do something more creative, but I feel like, why am I waiting for a role that's more creative when I have the ability to create? I don't need to wait. So I've just been like, I think that's probably the reason why I get myself so stressed, because I sit there and I'm like, okay, when is it coming? When is it coming? And I'm searching for the opportunities. It's not like I'm just sitting there and I'm like, ugh. Like I reach out, I figure things out. People know what I do, and I'm just trying to keep moving up in my career. But honestly, like I've been looking more inward per usual, and I'm like, okay, Nia, you're looking for all of these creative things at work, but it's like, why not just do what you were doing before? And that was you focusing on your YouTube platform, your podcast platforms, and do that. Because honestly, I think I get a lot more out of me being personal than me doing something like shooting events or something, you know? Like, I would prefer to do more conceptualized photography than me shooting a quinceañera. Like, this is more fun. This is more interactive. And I mean, like, one person could be listening to me, or 10 people, or 100 people. It doesn't matter. It makes me feel good, and that's what I'm more so concerned about. Sorry, I'm checking if I'm still recording, which I am. And so yeah, that's why I'm coming back, and I feel good being here. I feel like, in a sense, like, just like even right now, I feel like it's really settling in. Like, me recording right now is just like, it's settling in, where it's like, this is what you needed. This is what you needed to do. And it's like, I don't know why, like, it was so much stagnancy around like the action part of it, and why I just stopped. Like, there's no real reason why I stopped. Like, after my last episode of this podcast, or my last video that was posted on YouTube, like, there was nothing that necessarily happened that was like, that was traumatizing or bad, that made me like, I'm not doing it no more. I think it was just like, I started focusing on a lot of like inner self work, and then I got caught up in that and doing that, and then my relationship started, and then I put a lot of energy into that, and I feel like I'm at the point where it's like, okay, I need to return to this and like make sure that I still have myself. Like, I don't want to lose myself. And obviously the current version of myself is different than who I was a year and a half ago, because of the experiences that I've gone through and dealt with. And some of them are beautiful and some of them are not, but they're all there for lessons. So it's like, I've grown in different ways, that I never like really imagined me to. So, you know, we here now though. We here now. We growing in other ways because I came back. Yes. So other than that, my current like wants, desires, and goals for the rest of the year is honestly to just make sure that everything that I am putting my energy towards makes me happy. I feel like that's what's most important to me. I feel like I need to make sure that I continue to stay present, because for a little while I was kind of existing and doing that thing that I used to do when I was depressed, and I don't like it because I'm like feeling like I'm trying to do all these other things to make myself good, like going to the gym and stuff, but then it wasn't really feeding my soul in the way that it needed to. So I had to figure out a new routine for myself, and the gym definitely has helped. I've been going to the gym. Today I chose not to go to the gym because Miss Period wanted to come through and the crampies were killing me this morning, so we gave up on the gym today. But I've been going to the gym pretty consistently since I would say end of last summer. No, wait, am I bugging? Yeah, like end of last summer, I think I've been like really consistently going to the gym. And like the summer before, I was definitely like working out and stuff, obviously, because I was really into my yoga and stuff. I've been trying to get back into yoga as well. But I'm trying to find a new routine that doesn't feel like, what's the word? Like, doesn't feel like this is it. This is all I'm doing. This is what I have to follow. Like, every morning I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get up, brush my teeth, eat something, do yoga. Like, I just needed something that, like, I feel like I needed a new routine just because also, like, I live with my partner. So it's also, like, I got stuck in the whole, like, waking up and then being lazy about my routine. And then I had to find a new routine for myself that works for the current version of myself. So, you know, I've been trying to get back into meditating, and even if that requires me, if I'm not even like doing a full meditation, but I'm taking the time to close my eyes and just and breathe in and out like 5 times, like it feels like I'm pushing myself in the right direction. So it's like I'm trying to find this new routine. I'm still finding it, but the gym has been one thing that I've been extremely consistent with and extremely proud of, because I've made so much progress in a short amount of time. And I go with my cousin all the time. I don't know if you guys, well, podcast wise, you guys probably don't know, but if you were a YouTube viewer at all, like I think in my 22nd birthday video when I went to, like, the vlog when I went to New York, she was in that for sure. So it's Akira. It's Akira. We be at the gym, so I'm hoping that becomes another thing too for my YouTube specifically, where I start recording little gym vlogs. We are fucking progressing in that shit, and I am so proud. I am so excited. Like, y'all have no idea. I can do pull-ups again. I haven't been able to do a pull-up since I was like 15 and doing gymnastics. So I feel very extremely proud of myself for being able to do things like that. It just makes me feel good internally. As to why, I don't know. I think it's because I'm setting these like smaller goals, and it's like the goals are coming to me in a very like organic way. Like, I'm not going into the gym and like saying like, all right, this is my goal. It's like as I'm like working out and like seeing my body transform, I'm feeling like, all right, let's see if I can do this. Let me test my limits. And then being able to do certain things like that, it makes me excited. And so like moving forth from that, my next goal also is to get back into my yoga and do more like things with balance and mobility again, because I gained a lot of core strength when I was doing yoga every single day, and everything about it just makes like my brain feel like it can flow much easier. I don't know how to describe it, but it just made me feel good. And I feel like having these, like, being able to see myself transform in the gym like this has made me like feel like I need to get back into my yoga, because I have strength now that's built from the gym that I can use to do things where it's like I had goals before where I wanted to be able to do like headstands and a lot of other like more stability focused and balanced focused type of yoga poses. So I want to get back into that, and I'm going to, and I've been trying, but I'm going to try harder because I don't feel like I'm trying enough. So yes, so that's another goal. What else? I have been continuing on with my affirmations. So my goal is to continue to be consistent with that, where I tell myself affirmations and gratifications. I say them all out loud every single day, every morning. I just want to get to a point where it just like, I don't really have to think about it anymore and it just comes out. I feel like I do it more like on a more routine basis, especially when I'm going to work. It's like great encouragement and motivation for me, because I feel like it'd be hard, being an adult sometimes it just be hard. It'd be hard, and it's like, who gonna motivate me other than myself? So it's like, I better figure it the fuck out, or else I'm gonna just give up, which I don't feel like I'm ever that type of person. I never give up. I'm too optimistic for that, so I don't feel like that's realistic. But yeah, This been doing my affirmations, saying my gratifications, being grateful for being alive, and I want to continue on with that. My other goals for this year is to work more on consistency. I have a lot of motivation and determination, but when it comes to consistency, y'all can see it. It is bad. My consistency is horrible, and I don't know what it is. I think I get this like good feeling inside from the stuff that I create, and then I don't know if it's my inner critic where I'm just like, yeah, like you did that, you carried that out, you have other goals that you, or like other, things that you have, ideas that come to mind that you want to execute, but then why aren't you doing them? So it's like, it's because I suck at consistency. I like, even like as a student back then, I was a procrastinator. So I feel like that's part of the issue too. So I'm just trying to, be a better version of myself and hold myself accountable, and getting back on podcasting. I think this is great one-on-one time with myself, and it's also just a great time for me to be creative. Like, I feel like doing stuff like this again is just gonna make me feel good again. It's gonna make me feel just as free, if not even more. It's gonna make me feel at peace, if not even more. And the same thing with love. It's gonna make me feel love, if not more. So I'm happy that I'm doing this right now. Like, I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I feel extremely happy. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that. Like, I'm content doing this right now. It makes me feel good. Hold on. We need to take a sippy. So I want to basically do this unedited content and have a more authentic vibe. I think my last episode on this podcast, I did something more I did a very in-depth thing about selflessness versus selffulness, I'm pretty sure was the last episode, and that one was really planned out, mapped out, strategized on exactly the information I wanted to give y'all. But I want to do more of these unedited, raw type of vibes, so that, it's more of a conversation. But I think there will still be videos like that other video where, like, when I have something in depth that I really want to get into and I want to get to those nitty-gritty details, I will have to outline it. Like this one, I have like quick bullet points for this podcast episode, but for the other one, you should have seen the notes that I had. But I want to go for more of this vibe. I want it to feel more like a conversation, like I said. Other than that, I just feel like doing this podcast is just allowing me to fully express myself, allowing me to, just share my experiences, because everybody's life experiences are different, but there are similarities, and some things that we share with each other can actually be helpful. So I am just glad that I'm doing this again. I'm glad that I'm going to be able to actually show you my growth, and you guys are going to feel the growth because you're going to be taken along for the journey. So that's my real goal of all of this, to make sure that I keep y'all in the journey when it's good and bad. Because I feel like I do a lot of things where it's like, after I go through the bad, now let me tell y'all what my lesson was and how I learned from it. Whereas like, I want it to be like, this is what's happening. I'm going through a lesson. It's hard, but I'm sharing because somebody else could be going through this. And I don't know, I feel like it's a more supportive type of energy, and that's really what I want. I mean, that's all I really yearn for. I love support, I love and I just love peace of mind. And I feel like sometimes we be going a little crazy internally and we don't know how to breathe and just like release the toxins, release the negativity, and just be like, okay, everything I'm going through, it's not necessarily for any other reason other than a lesson. And it's also like, I have choice. So do I deal with it or do I not deal with it? Do I let myself feed into my emotions, or do I work through the emotions, So that's basically it. I just wanted to come back on here, chit chat with y'all, and tell y'all that I want to come back on here. I want to work on consistency. I've been saying this for a few years, ever since I stopped consistently uploading, especially on YouTube. But I definitely feel like I'll be more consistent, especially when it comes to this podcast, because I feel like this is a form of therapy. We getting therapeutic, baby. But yeah, I'm also planning, by the way, last real thing that I want to say is I'm also planning to start learning how to work TikTok a bit more. That's one of my biggest goals, and I've been thinking about it and plotting on it for, I want to say like 2 or 3 months. I've really been plotting on it. I wasn't a really big TikTok girl, especially when it came out. I was just like, nah, I'm going to get sucked into it because it reminded me of Vine. And when Vine came out, when I was a teenager, I was glued to that damn thing. And I don't like being glued to any social media, but like I love creating on social media. So it's like, I want to get into that. I want to do that. I mean, it ain't hard. So we going to try to pop it off on there, So stay tuned for that. I honestly don't even remember what my like TikTok name is. It's probably like NCV, but I really don't remember right now. I think it's NCV _ or something like that. But I want to try to make a TikTok, and that's another goal for today. I'm going to try to make a TikTok today. You never know. You might check it out. It might be something. You never know. I don't know. I might be saying that, and then I create the content, and then I don't like it. You never know. But for this podcast right here, we are going to be consistent. You hear that? I'm affirming that right now. We are going to be consistent because this is what I purely enjoy right now. I'm enjoying this more than photographing, honestly. And I might even do some podcast episodes about photographing and where I'm at with that and how I feel about that. I just know that I have so much to tell y'all. There's like so many things that have happened over this past like year and a half, and there's so much to share, so much for us to relate, talk about, discuss, and dissect. And I just want to take y'all for the journey, take y'all along for this journey. It's gonna be an amazing time, and yeah. So be prepared for the next episode. It will be much more concise. Yeah, concise. It will be much more concise. It will be more organized. I won't be flowing around everywhere with my thoughts. But I will keep it authentic, and I will do my best to just do it like this, like raw, no edits. Like, I want it to be a conversation. It is a goal, and we are doing it. We are doing it right now. We're hitting pinnacles. We are hitting pinnacles. Okay, I gotta stop. I always do these weird voices, and then people like to tell me, nah, we like them. I'm like, yo, I'll be doing too much. But I hope y'all enjoyed this little conversation, this little unloading and reloading little conversation, and I'll be back with more. So until next week, stay tuned. Keep positive, and we'll be back. Love y'all. Bye.